Well, folks, here we again for the weekly forecast. Last week we talked about that impending storm system coming in and bringing some Arctic air. The Arctic air actually arrived much quicker than the moisture feed from the storm system that come in through California. So the heaviest of the snowfall laid across the southern portions of Kansas up through central Kansas and then kind of dissipated as you got up toward the Nebraska border. So what turned out to be a forecast for anywhere up to 6 inches of snowfall across south central and southeast Nebraska turned out to be a complete bust, and that is the nature of the beast at this time of the year. We did see some decent accumulations of snowfall across portions of northern, north central, northeastern Nebraska. Basically anywhere from 2 to 3 inches was very common totals. And then of course with the temperatures, we run for the first 4 days of the month an average of 25 to 35 degrees below normal in terms of our average temperatures. So this recent little pop-up of temperatures the last couple days has been very welcome. Looks like there'll be a little bit more as this weekend progresses, and then we'll see another wave come in during the middle of the week that will temporarily cool our temperatures down, and then we'll start to see a slow moderation as the week progresses. So let's take a look at the upper air models and see how this week will progress. And as we go to the upper air models, the troughing pattern that basically brought the shortwave energy through the state yesterday is now shifting toward our east, and you see this big ridge of high pressure starting to build in. So we're going to remain fairly cool, below seasonal norms for today, probably going to be looking at the upper 30s to low 40s across southeast Nebraska, potentially be looking at the low 30s across northeast Nebraska. But as you get farther westward, we start to tap into the ridge that's going to build in tomorrow, and so we'll see temperatures that should make it up into the 40s easily. Now as we get into tomorrow, we'll see that high pressure system rapidly move into our region. I would not be surprised whatsoever that we see a 70-degree mark across southwestern Nebraska. We'll probably be looking at upper 50s to possibly lower 60s across eastern Nebraska. And as we get into Monday, in anticipation of this trough moving into the central Rockies, we'll still have the warm air aloft. It looks like the warmest temperatures will shift towards southeast and south central Nebraska. But basically we'll still be well into the 60s, and a much little cooler air up to the north, probably looking at somewhere into the low to mid 50-degree range. Now as we go into Tuesday, this trough starts to swing rapidly toward east, and that's going to bring another shot of cool air in. Now right now the snow line is being laid across the northern portion of the state and across southern South Dakota. This is a very tricky forecast because if this thing goes a little farther south, we're going to get into much cooler air. If it doesn't dive as deep, it's going to be much warmer. But overall, we should see the best chance of snow across the northeast, north central part of the state, lesser amounts across the southeast part of the state. And as we get into Wednesday, that system moves to our east. We'll see a slow moderation of temperatures in the eastern part of the state, but much warmer conditions across the west. As we get into Thursday, we're going to notice that ridge starts to build in. It looks to be fairly benign weather as we end out the week, and then by the time we get to Friday, much warmer weather envelops the entire part of the state. So if we look at the temperatures, we're going to see some nice temperatures this weekend, a slow cool down in the middle of the week with the potential of snow accumulations on Tuesday, and then a gradual warming trend as we move through the remainder of the week. The 8 to 14-day forecast pushes the cold air to the east, warm air to our west, and in terms of precipitation, a fairly dry trend from the western United States through the southeast.